going on, good people? Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Mike's Motivational Monday. Yeah, today's going to be a great day. We are talking about our limiting beliefs from our childhood. It's going to be a great one. Oh, it's going to be a great one. Anybody that knew me growing up, they knew football was my sport. And there's a certain mindset that comes with playing the game of football. Like, I gotta grind harder. If it was easy, everybody be doing it. No pain, no gain. And so these were some of the beliefs that I grew up with, and they served me while I was younger as well. They served me for the game of football. But what they didn't serve me yet was in my current relationship. At the beginning of my girlfriend and our relationship, people would ask us, yo, how's the relationship going? And she'll respond, it's easy being with Mike. And so that set off a trigger in me. I'm like, it's easy to be with me? But there's things from that old mindset that I had was like, everything has to be hard. You know, we have to grind for everything, no pain, no gain. So I'm like, if it's easy, I must not be doing my job. And I know that's a crazy way of thinking, but that's just my limited belief, was everything had to be hard. And so I unintentionally or intentionally did things to make our relationship hard. And I had absolutely no idea why I was doing it. I was not aware of my limiting belief that I had from my childhood. That became a big problem in our relationship. And the fact that I had no idea where that feeling came from, where that trigger came from, I mean, I was lost. And I'm like, yo, why am I even doing this? Why am I making this situation, this relationship harder? And when it started out beautifully, and I didn't even know I had a trigger. I didn't even know that there was a limit to belief that I had. And so I started doing some personal development work. And so the first thing I did was I wrote it down. I wrote the situation down. And so I listened to every word that she was telling me, like, you're self-sabotaging, you making this harder than it has to be. And so it really just took me back to that old mindset, and it reminded me that I had that mentality when I played football. Like, I had to grind. It has to be hard. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And so I realized that I was bringing that same mentality that I had from playing football from my childhood into my current relationship, which was no longer serving me. So I want you to really catch that point of what I had to do. That's the first thing you have to do that's the first thing you have to do to figure out your limited belief. You have to write it down. Step 2, and this is probably the hardest step of them all, so I really want you to write this one down. Step 2 is to acknowledge that these are beliefs and not truths. We as a people, we have a tendency to want to believe that we are right about everything. But my limits are real. My limits are right. Is that you? Is that you? Just raise your hand and let's move on. Let's make this thing right. This is where we have a choice. We have a choice to defend our limitations to the death, or we have a choice to choose our goals and desires. For me, my goal was to keep my relationship together. So I really had to take inventory of my limited beliefs and say, this is no longer serving me. I cannot bring this type of thinking into my relationship and expect it to succeed. And so I chose to keep my relationship. And if you choose the latter, if you choose your goals and desires, we can move on to step 3. Step 3 is to replace this limiting belief with a new belief. So my limiting belief was everything has to be hard. So I wrote that down on a piece of paper, right? Everything has to be hard. I realized that that belief was not true and was no longer serving me. So I scratched it off and I wrote a new belief underneath it. I accept everything that comes effortlessly to me. If you have to keep repeating your new belief to yourself until it becomes habit. I accept everything that comes effortlessly to me. I accept everything that comes effortlessly to me. I accept everything that comes effortlessly to me. You know, that's a lot. That's a mouthful. Yours might be, I am perfect in my imperfections. I am perfect in my imperfections. I am perfect in my imperfections. You have to continue to tell yourself that. You have to continue to believe that and to denounce your old belief and to raise your new belief. One, I had to write down what my limited belief was. Two, I had to realize and recognize that my limited belief was not true and was no longer serving me. Three, I had to replace my limiting belief with a new belief that will now serve me in reaching my goals and desires. And this is a bonus step right here. Step 4, I have to take action. I have to start walking in my new belief. I have to start believing in my new belief. I have to start now acting like that I accept everything that comes effortlessly to me. I have to start walking like I am perfect in my imperfections. I have to take that action now. And that's what you have to do. You have to take action now. When you begin to take action, you will see a difference in your life. Thank you for rocking with me today. It's your boy, Mike Davis Jr. I'm your coach, I'm your inspirator, and I'm your motivator. And I will see you next week. I love you. Peace.